Hey, Eastview family, happy Friday to you. I really hope that you have had a great week. And in fact, I really do also hope that you have been participating in the Love My Community study. And it's really designed for all of us to be reminded of who we truly are so that then we can live on mission in authentic and genuine ways and love our community well. This week has everything to do with about enjoying one another. And I actually see that in John 12, the first couple of verses. The backdrop is that 6 days before the Passover, Jesus was invited to a dinner with Lazarus and Martha and Mary. It was a celebratory dinner. Most likely they were celebrating just what Jesus did, which is raising Lazarus from the dead. Literally, Mary and Martha are like, we don't know how to thank you, but we're just gonna fellowship together. And there's something very intimate about that because they've experienced joy and sorrow with one another. And it really makes me wonder for us in our communities and those that are closest to it, what does enjoying Christian fellowship really look like? What does it really look like? Have you fully experienced this already? One of the ways that you can know if you have is if you feel like you're truly known by somebody else or that you truly know somebody. That's an indicator of being seen and safe. And one of the other ways that you can know that you're experiencing joy is not just fellowship and food and fun. That's important, but it's also when you have shared in toils and struggles with one another, and you have felt supported, or you have been able to help somebody go through it. I've heard joy said this way. I wrote it down recently, that the joy of God's people is not determined by their struggles, but by their future destiny. That we look for a day in which things are righted. So do you have people that you're walking with in life that help remind you of the hope that we have in Jesus? One of the verses this week that we're going to go after, maybe you already have done that in your small group, is Philippians 2:2. And Paul's urging those who follow Jesus, hey, look, if there's any joy, if there's any love with one another, if there's any hope in Jesus, would you do a couple of things? And it's this: make my joy complete by having the same mind, have the same love toward one another, and be knit together in the Spirit, intent on a purpose, which is really about helping Jesus be known and made known with those around you. Those four things: a sound mind, same love, being knit together, there's unity, and then you're intent on a purpose. That's really what we're looking at with Love My Community, in the sense of there's going to be ups and downs, there's joy and there's struggle. And yet, are there people that are walking through it with you? Are you known by somebody enough that when they give you a holy correction, you receive it and you're not defensive and you're not prideful and you're not dismissive? That's a sign of really enjoying Christian fellowship with one another. Gosh, I could go on in a lot of different ways, but I just want to ask you this question. And I encourage you even to talk with a close friend about this. But do you feel like you're truly known and that you truly know others within your group of people? And if not, how can you begin to usher that in? That's the question for today, because we are people who enjoy one another, and that can bring real Christian fellowship. My hope is that you can experience that today, literally a shining face upon you. Guys, thanks so much. Have a great Friday.